Our next presenter is ArielleHay, who is a third-year PhD candidate in microbiology, immunology, and pathology. They knew they wanted to study prion diseases when they found out they could be transmitted through cannibalism. Which brings us to the presentation title, which is In Your Head, Zombie Proteins, Zombie Proteins.
Many of you may know someone who suffered from a neurodegenerative disease. Are you familiar with Alzheimer's, Parkinson's? These are some of the more common ones. These diseases are caused by damage in the brain that leads to issue with memory and movement. We know these diseases can be genetic or happen spontaneously, but you can't catch them, not in the way you can catch the flu or COVID. But what if I told you there was a neurodegenerative disease that you could catch? You may have never heard of prion disease before. Lucky for us, it's very rare. This disease is caused by a normal protein in the brain called the prion protein. What happens is the prion protein becomes misshapen, and when this happens, it turns into a zombie prion protein that then goes around and converts all of the other normal prion proteins into the zombie form. If that's not spooky enough, this disease can be transmitted between people and animals. Mad cow disease, for example, was caused by people eating beef from cows that had prion disease. What happened is the zombie prion proteins in these people's brains went around, converted the other prions in the brain, and got in the way of the normal function of critical brain cells called neurons. If neurons can't function properly, it causes them to die off. And unlike other cell types in the body, when neurons die, they're very hard to replace. So if enough neurons die, this leads to neurodegeneration, followed by issues with memory and movement, and eventually death. So what are we doing about this? My lab is currently working on a therapeutic for prion disease using stem cells. Stem cells are a hot topic in regenerative medicine right now because they're able to turn into a variety of different cell types to replace tissue in the body that's been damaged. We're particularly interested in olfactory stem cells from the nose. We think that we could take these olfactory stem cells and actually turn them into new neurons. And if we took these olfactory stem cells and put them into the brains of patients with prion disease, they would be able to turn into new neurons and restore some of that damage. We're currently testing this out with mice. We found that we can take olfactory stem cells from the mice, and if we inject them up into the nose of the mice with enough pressure, they're actually able to migrate up into the brain. Once they're in the brain, we found that they're able to go to different parts of the brain that are under attack from those zombie prions. So we think that this could restore a lot of that damage that's caused by those zombie prions, and not only potentially be a great treatment for prion disease, but other more common neurodegenerative diseases as well, such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Thank you.